Hey champions, hope you're doing well. We've got today's vlog is an answer to a question put on one of the previous vlogs, and it's from Shane in New Zealand. And Shane's asking, he's an orange belt, so relatively early in his karate journey, and he's asking about help with coordination and learning the patterns. So thought I might put something together that might help him, that's helped me over the years, and if it helps anyone else, then fantastic as well. So today's, I guess, word of the day is repetition. And repetition, if you want to put a few words together, repetition is the mother of skill. And so first thing is that, like, I was the same. I struggled with coordination and I struggled with learning the patterns. I started with 5 other people. We all started on the same day and they all learned first and second kata so much quicker than I did. I was left way behind, but ultimately they all quit and I stuck around, and so I was the only one that became a black belt out of that group, unless they went on to do it somewhere else. But so yeah, I'm a bit dyslexic. I struggle with a lot of things. It takes me longer to learn things than many people, but just know that if I stick at it, give it time, it'll come. And you just got to trust in the process. Karate's not easy for anyone. I see lots of talented people come along and they struggle and they quit after a while because they're used to getting things quick and easy. But karate is just not one of those things. It takes time, no matter who you are. Yeah, some people pick it up quicker, that's for sure. But it's like a crock pot. You can't microwave a black belt. You know, you've got it's a slow cooker. It takes time, so you got to just trust that process. As far as learning the katas, I like to use a process that I call chunking and stacking. So I'll take any kata and I break it up into like the first 3 moves, do that over and over and over until I can get them, add 3 on, then do the 6 moves over and over and over and over again, and then add 3 more or 5 more moves on, and then I'll do the 9 moves over and over and over again till I get to about halfway. Then I might start at the halfway point, do 3 moves, then learn them, and then do the next 3 moves and do those 6 moves, and then the next 3 moves and do those 9 moves, and then eventually put the whole kata together. And I find that most people can learn the pattern of a kata, remember a pattern of the kata in, an hour session, hour 20 session, and doesn't mean you remember it for a long time, but you pretty much be able to get through it by the end of the day. As opposed to what happens in most classes is we end up going through the whole kata over and over, and that's not the best way, in my experience, to learn the pattern. It's but sometimes it's inevitable when you've got a full class of people. So that's chunking and stacking. That's how I like to, do a chunk, stack on the next stun, stack on the next one, stack on the next one. Before you know it, you'll have it. And look, repetition is the key. Space repetition especially is the key. And that's, for example, if you've got an hour to train, you're better off to do 10 minutes a day than you are to do 70 minutes in one session. 10 minutes a day, space repetition will have it locked in a lot quicker than what doing one big long session will be. So space repetition. You need to find a place to train, somewhere to train at home or park or work. Dojo training is great, it's fantastic, but not everyone's got the time to get to the dojo, 3-4 times a week. But that's what you need to do in order to learn something, and every day is better than that. So you want to try and get to the dojo at least twice a week, and then from there you learn stuff, you practice stuff at home, at the park, wherever you've got a space, and then go and ask questions. Train, ask questions. Train, ask questions. Train, ask questions, and before you know it, you'll get there. Just every time you do a class, I like to say, remember one thing, learn one thing. If you learn one thing every time you go to class, you'll before you know it, you'll be a black belt. So So home training really is that supplement that has to supplement your dojo training if you're serious about it, unless you can get to the dojo really, really often. Then I see some people that go to the dojo too much and then they don't train as hard as they could when they're at the dojo because they're training 7, 8, 10 times a week. Well, you know, good on them for being there and good on them for getting into it, but you still got to be, you know, a bit of intensity is good too. You know, hopefully that gives you a few ideas on learning your new patterns, coordination. The coordination and learning the patterns, you'll get better at it in time. Pattern recognition and just that general coordination. Even someone who really struggled in the early days like myself can pick up some stuff, you know, at a normal pace now. So stick at it, don't quit, you'll make it, trust me. And just lastly, of course, is the online dojo, which is an amazing resource that GCAR provides with you know, Koichi Anthony and Renshi Alex and different and Renshi Jan and so forth. They're just amazing practitioners and they can break down those katas to the nitty gritty. Not so much as learning a pattern. It's pretty hard to learn a pattern on TV, but once you get to learn the pattern, you want to break it down and learn it more, definitely go for that online dojo, and that's going to be just a small add-on fee to your normal weekly training fees. So have a look on the website for that. That'll be helpful. All right, I hope there's something in there for you guys. Hope you're enjoying your break, and look forward to seeing you guys in the dojo. Have a great one. Thanks for listening. Bye.